Hey, everybody. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Happy Monday. And you can see myself and my friend James here. We have got these stylish, really cool looking blue light blocking glasses. And there's a reason for that. And we're going to go through that in today's interview here. So if you stay plugged in with us, you're going to understand why these glasses are not only stylish, but also at the same time, the health benefits that they provide us. And today we're talking about biohacking your sleep. We know, as a functional medicine doctor, one of the most important things you could possibly do. In fact, it's certainly more important than the food you eat, than the water you drink, is actually your sleep quality on a regular basis. Now, what we know is that the food you eat and the water you drink all play in a hand in you getting a good sleep. So it all works together. But really good sleep quality is just so critical. And in our society, we have significant circadian rhythm disruption, and we devalue sleep, and we really don't have good sleep hygiene. We don't know the proper action steps to take to enable us to get really good, high quality regenerative rest at night on a regular basis. And so, if you're out there and you're struggling with things like fatigue, digestive problems, possibly skin issues like eczema or acne, if you've got brain fog, you definitely want to be listening to this interview. And if you're dealing with autoimmune condition, any sort of autoimmune condition, whether it's something that's affecting your joints, something that's affecting your gut, something that's affecting your thyroid, okay, sleep quality and sleep hygiene is just so critical. So definitely stay tuned in here. And so let's see who is jumping on. We've got Francis coming in from Ireland. We've got Deborah from Australia. We have got Wendy coming in. She says, that is what I need, such sleep issues. Okay, well, I'm glad you're on with us, Wendy. And so we're going to dive into that here in just a second. So my friend here is James Schwanwick. And so James actually is the developer of these sweet Schwanwick blue light blocking glasses right here that I've got on. And I actually found you just through searching on Amazon, because I had these really, really ugly blue light blocking glasses. And I thought there's got to be something better than this.
Yeah.
And I found your brand and I purchased these probably like a year and a half ago or something like that. I've been using them. And then you reached out to me and said, hey, I'd love to, I'd love to talk to your audience about the benefits of these. And I'm like, I'm already using them, so let's do this. And so, James, tell us a little bit more about you and really how you got going and why you developed these.
Yeah, well, I'm Australian American, grew up in Brisbane, Australia, been in the US for about 17 years, and my sleep was always okay. I mean, it wasn't fantastic and it wasn't horrible. It was, like maybe like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Some nights I might sleep 6 or 7 hours, other nights I might sleep 7 or 8 hours, but I would still wake up feeling a little bit tired. And a friend of mine was wearing these really ugly pair of UVEX safety goggles one night when we were out in a restaurant in Palm Springs. And I said to him, why are you wearing those ridiculous looking safety goggles out to dinner? And he said, I'm trying to block the blue light, man. And I'm like, blue light? What are you talking about? And he went on to explain that every time you're looking into your computer screen like I am now, or you're looking through your cell phone, like if you're scrolling through your cell phone, you can actually see there's an artificial blue light that is used to display those screens. They're kind of like mini suns. And every time that you stare into that mini sun and that blue light hits your eyes at nighttime, you're essentially tricking your body and brain into thinking that it's daytime, which means your internal body clock, which is called your circadian rhythm, is all messed up, which means your body cannot naturally produce as much melatonin that it wants to, which means you either have trouble falling asleep or you toss and turn in the night, or maybe you wake up feeling a little bit tired. So, of course, I went home and put on a pair of ski goggles and started watching a TV show late at night with these ridiculous looking ski goggles on, which had a sort of like a yellow tinge to them. And what I found was that I got tired quicker, which was great. And when I removed them and rolled over to go to sleep, I fell asleep quicker and I ultimately slept deeper and woke up feeling better. And so then I was like, well, I've got to make these stylish. So I actually want to wear a pair of blue light blocking glasses. And that's how I came up with these Swannies. And now we've helped more than 50,000 people across the world now wear these Swannies blue light blocking glasses, block the blue light, you sleep better, and that has a huge health benefits, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, guys, if you're wondering where to get these, I did post a link where you can find them. So check that out. And I also post an article on 7 lifestyle strategies for better sleep that I actually talk about these glasses in. So you can check that out as well. And so, yeah, so obviously you touched a little bit there on blue light. And I know in our society, we've got big issues with circadian rhythms. Do you want to talk a little bit about that as well and the importance of getting proper circadian rhythms for good, high quality sleep?
Yeah, well, when we were cavemen and cave women and we were just roaming about, when the sun would go down, we would be in essentially darkness except for a fire and candlelight, right? And so what happened is that our bodies would start producing melatonin. Our circadian rhythm was like, oh, okay, it's nighttime, time to start producing melatonin. And then we'd go to sleep and we'd sleep beautifully. And then when the sun would come up and the sun's rays would hit our skin, because our skin has receptors in it, our circadian rhythm, which is our internal body clock, would go, oh, okay, it's daytime. Time to start flooding your body with cortisol, time to wake you up, time to get up and start the day. And so for thousands and thousands of years, our circadian rhythm was very much in tune with the sun coming up and the sun going down and darkness coming and sleeping well and having energy throughout the day. Now, what then happened was as soon as Thomas Edison mass-produced the light bulb around the turn of the century, we started staying up later and we started exposing ourselves to artificial light. So that is light other than, say, firelight or candlelight. And then as we've gone through the 50s and 60s and 70s, now we've got all of these huge fluorescent lights above us in workplaces. Then if you go back to 10, 11, 12 years ago, now we're carrying around portable suns with us and we're staring into these portable suns. All of that artificial light at nighttime is completely messing up our circadian rhythms, which means that we do not sleep as well as we're supposed to, which can have all of these damaging effects. Increased rates of cancer have been linked to having poor circadian rhythms and not sleeping properly. Diabetes, lethargy, a whole host of health concerns simply because we're exposed to too much light at night and our circadian rhythms are all messed up.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one of the biggest biohacks I tell people is, do your best to create an electronic curfew. Ideally, they say every hour of sleep before midnight is equivalent to 3 hours of regenerative sleep after midnight. So I'm a big fan of, personally, my wife and I, we try to get to bed by 10 and every night. And so I'm a big fan of that. And if at all possible, if you can be off electronics by 9, it's a really, really great idea. If for some reason you're not, that's when these Swannies come in even more handy because they're going to reduce that kind of the sun, right, getting into your eyes and that increasing your cortisol and blunting your melatonin secretion. And then really we should be putting something like this on right around sunset, right? Is that correct?
Well, look, here's the gold standard way to use them is to put the Swannies glasses on after the sun has gone down.
Yeah.
However, listen, I'm the creator of them. I wear them all the time. And even I don't do that, right? I put mine on in the last hour before I go to sleep. So for example, last night, I rarely do this, but last night I actually put on Netflix and I sat on the sofa and I turned the TV on and I watched this cool documentary on Netflix. And I literally, as soon as I sat down, it was about 9:15 at night. I put on my Swannies blue light blocking glasses and I watched the documentary, the last an hour of the documentary while wearing the glasses. So orange is the exact opposite of the color blue. So blue light is coming out of that TV screen, right? As I'm watching the Netflix show, the blue light is now hitting the lens. The orange lens provides this barrier to the blue light. The blue light literally cannot penetrate it. And so I started to watch this show. I fell asleep about 30 minutes into it, right? I fell asleep about 30 minutes into it with my, like this, just kind of.
Must have been a really good documentary.
Yeah. But like, this is how powerful these glasses are, just blocking blue light. it doesn't change the color of the program that much. It's fine. Like it's not so such a change that it's disruptive at all.
Yeah.
You can watch the show with absolute clarity. And then what I did was I literally turned off the television. I brushed my teeth while wearing the glasses. Because here's the thing, a lot of people are destroying their sleep simply by the way they brush their teeth. Because if you go into the bathroom like this and you brush your teeth, well, what's happening? The bathroom light is emitting blue light. So what you don't want to do is wear the glasses and think, yes, I'm blocking the blue light, and then take them off, go and brush your teeth. What you want to do is you want to keep them on. So I kept mine on. I brushed my teeth. I then went into my bedroom and I switched off the light, and then I removed the glasses and I rolled over and I went to sleep. So I didn't like go into my bedroom, take the glasses off, expose myself to even more light. No, I wore the glasses and I did not remove them until I'd switched the last light off. And then I simply rolled over and I went to sleep, and I had 8 beautiful hours last night.
Nice. That is a really great tip, because you're right. I know I've done that many times where I put these on and then it's like, I'm taking my shirt off and kind of doing all this stuff to get ready for sleep, and it's like these things I've put away and I'm being exposed to light that's around me. So I'm glad you brought that up. That was a good point just for me and for how I prepare myself for sleep. So I appreciate that. Now, I know that there's a lot of like anti-glare glasses and things like that, because when I was looking for these, I saw a whole lot of other competitors, anti-glare glasses, things like that. What's the difference between these and like there's gaming glasses, everything else that all the other competitors out there?
Yeah. So we've done multiple tests on our lens and put them through spectrometers and all of that. Everyone in the sleep community and the health community have pretty much agreed that the wavelength of blue light between 450 and 500 nanometers is the blue light that's responsible for disrupting your sleep. Okay, so that range is really where we have to block it in order to help our sleep. So other glasses out there do block blue light. However, they don't block as much of the blue light wavelength that is responsible for messing with your sleep. So for example, there's another brand out there called Gunnar, which is terrific, right? They've got the lens, but they cannot help protect you from poor sleep. They can block blue light when you're sitting on a computer screen throughout the day, which can reduce eye strain and reduce headaches, and that's terrific. However, it's a physical impossibility that any lens that isn't orange in nature, like these ones are right here, can help block the blue light responsible for messing with your sleep. So, and a yellow lens is good if you want to, have more energy throughout the day and you're working on your computer. Yeah. But really, it must be an orange lens, and it must have been tested to block that amount of blue light in order for it to be helpful to your sleep.
Yeah. Awesome. So that's a great point. So certainly you can go out and get some gaming glasses, or basically the anti-glare glasses that are on Amazon. They're very inexpensive, and those are good ones to use during the daytime to help reduce eye strain, especially if you're somebody that's on the computer a lot. So I think both James and I would recommend those. But again, at night, they're not going to block the blue light, which is suppressing your melatonin. So that's where you need something like this. Now, there are other ones that are definitely a lot cheaper, but they do make you look like a dork, right? And so I think that's where my wife and I were like, I think we'll upgrade to these, and those other ones work, right? So you could certainly use those, but again, they're just not as.
You know what? I actually have an example here.
Yeah, you? Yeah, good.
You can actually get a pair of these for like $9, $10, $11 online.
Yeah.
If you want to look like this. And you know what? To be perfectly frank with you, these will do the trick. Blocking the blue light. These are literally cheap plastic. You might wear them if you were doing gardening. You might do them if you were like at a gun range, to try to protect your eyes from flying shrapnel. And like you said, maybe you look like a dork. And one thing I've learned about myself and human beings in general, and that is we have to create a lifelong habit of great health. Now, I'm pretty vain. I like to look good. I've got a bit of an ego to me a little bit. So when I designed these glasses, it was because I wanted to look good wearing them. Because I'll tell you, there's no way in hell I'm going to wear these glasses every single night for the rest of my life and to protect my sleep. There's just no chance. And so if half the battle or most of the battle is just getting people into a nightly habit of wearing the glasses, then I'm thrilled that these are considered stylish and here's the thing, I go out in public wearing these now and people are always like, wow, they're interesting. Tell me about those. And because they have the orange lens, people don't think that they're a sunglass. So they don't say to you, why are you wearing sunglasses at nighttime?
Right.
They say, oh, they're interesting. Tell me about those. Let me try them on. So yes, you can get cost, like $9, $10, $11 pairs of unsightly glasses. The other thing is this is full acetate, which is a natural material as well. And we've deliberately made sure that we do make all our products as natural as we can. We give a portion of the proceeds to a charity called Sight for Kids as well in undeveloped countries, so they get free vision exams. And I just think ours are the most stylish and the coolest and the most natural.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you guys, doing that and providing a portion of your proceeds to help those kids. I think that's great. And yeah, my wife and I, we enjoy using these. Now, let's see. We're going to be on for about 7 more minutes. So what are your top 5 tips that people can be doing, right away to improve their sleep quality?
Yeah, absolutely. First thing in the morning, expose yourself to sunlight just as soon as you can after waking up. So, and the reason we do that is we want to set our circadian rhythm in check. So your skin has a lot of has receptors on it. And so what I did this morning, literally, it's 8:52 and on the West Coast where I'm here now. About an hour and a half ago, when I woke up, I went straight outside and I just stood in the sun only for like 2 or 3 minutes. And I just let the sun hit my skin, hit my face.
Love it.
And what that's doing is my body is saying, oh, okay, got it. It's daytime, time to wake up. And then what's going to happen is that in 12 to 16 hours from now, my body, knowing what time I got the morning sunlight, is going to start wanting to produce melatonin and start preparing for sleep. Okay, so first tip is get morning sun exposure just as soon as you possibly can. Second tip is studies have shown that morning exercise helps people sleep better when compared to evening exercise. Now, they think this is because morning exercise, if you're doing morning exercise, you tend to do it more regularly, which means you're healthier overall, which means that you will naturally sleep better. It also because you don't want to get too hot at nighttime, and if you exercise too close to bedtime, your core body temperature increases.
Yeah,
and that can be very disruptive to sleep. So morning exercise, no caffeine after say 2 p.m. And there'll be some people who'll say, "Oh, but I drink coffee at nighttime and I fall asleep just fine." Sure, I get that. However, your sleep quality will still be compromised because of that caffeine. So sure, you might be able to fall asleep. It's like people who say, oh, I can drink alcohol and I fall asleep. Well, sure, it might help you fall asleep, but the quality of your sleep will be just dreadful. The other thing I would say is either enforce a self-imposed screen curfew on yourself at nighttime, which means don't watch TV, don't look at your phone, don't look at your computer. However, I know, because I like to watch TV sometimes, I know I'm not going to do a screen curfew, right?
Right.
So block blue light at night, okay, is tip number 4. And you can do that 3 ways. Well, there's actually many ways you can do it, but I'll give you a couple of ways. First of all, download it. If you have an iPhone, you want to turn on the setting night shift. And night shift will reduce the blue light exposure in your phone naturally at nighttime. So your screen will start to go a little bit more orange. if you're on a computer, download the free app. It's called Flux, F.LUX. Same thing. That will reduce the blue light exposure at night. And then lastly, wear a pair of blue light blocking glasses, whether it's mine from, the Swannies from Swan Week Sleep, or whether it's, the pair of $9 UVX glasses. Block that blue light at night so your body can start to produce melatonin and you can sleep well. And then fifth tip is sleep in a cool environment.
Yeah, that's a big one.
65 to 69 degrees Fahrenheit is what studies have shown to be the optimal temperature for sleeping. So if it's the summer months, if you can get an air conditioning unit, terrific. I would put a thermometer on your bedroom wall so you can just monitor that, and just try to get into a 65 to 69 degrees cool environment. That will lower your body temperature. That is the most conducive for optimum sleep.
I love it. I mean, that plays such a big role. We always turn down the AC at night so we could sleep really well. Also, I like an overhead fan or some sort of it's like an air just kind of blowing on me, works really good. And at night, and I only gave you 5 tips, but so I'll just add on to that. I like using an eye mask at night. I know you guys carry eye masks, and those can be big, or you can get blackout shades on your room, so you can block out all sorts of, you can have street lights coming in, different things like that. You want your room to be as dark as possible. And what I've found is that I like the eye masks because the room is really dark. Obviously, I'm not getting any ambient light into my eyes while I'm sleeping, but I love waking up at sunrise. And so when the sun comes in the window, it's like I just naturally I notice a change in my eye mask, and it's like, boom, my cortisol's up and I'm ready to get up and get going for the day. So I found that to be really good.
Yeah, we have a 100% pure silk oversized sleeping mask. I'll just put it on for you here.
Yeah.
And it was actually voted the world's best high-end sleep mask recently, which we were thrilled.
That looks big. I like that. I like the shape of that.
You can see here, we've deliberately made it oversized so it gives full coverage. So I literally would not know if it was daytime now, because it just covers so much.
Yep.
And because it's silk as well, silk retains the skin's moisture. So we've actually had a lot of our customers say that they wake up in the morning and they've got visibly or less visible wrinkles and crow's feet on their face because the silk has retained the moisture throughout the night. So yeah, wearing a sleep mask, like you said, is so important because light can come through from the street lights. Even your alarm clock light is enough to disrupt you.
Yeah.
Like if you got an alarm with that, in hotel rooms, if you stay in a hotel room, those alarm clock lights are just so what's the word I'm looking for? Intrusive, right? They're kind of like shining right in your eye. So if you can just block that light with this oversized sleep mask, or a sleep mask in general, that's going to really improve your sleep quality.
Yeah, absolutely. So I love that tip. And I find the sleep mask to be great because in general, especially if you're somebody that travels regularly, you really can't, it can be so annoying and time consuming to try to put up, basically nightshades everywhere you go, right? And so just putting that on, it's simple, easy to travel with, and takes out all that ambient light and allows you to get really good melatonin secretion at night and sleep well. So really good stuff. Well, James, any last words? We're going to finish up this interview, but really just honored to have you on and sharing with our audience. You've given such great tips, and hopefully people will be inspired by this and start taking action to improve their sleep quality today. But any last tips from you?
Yeah, well, for those of you who are parents and have children, children are most susceptible to blue light. As we get older, our eyes actually create more of a natural barrier to blue light. But kids, especially between the ages of 2 and 12, who are staring into iPads and staring into screens and got their own phones, that is potentially causing long-term eye problems. So wearing a pair of kids glasses, these are the kids glasses that we
Yeah.
produce here. We make them kind of like fun colors. We've got blue here and pink for the girls and green and red. And if you can just get them putting these on and practicing good eye health from an early age, that is going to prevent a lot of eye problems down the road. They've also done studies that blocking blue light for children can improve kids' clarity and focus. They get better grades at school. They did a study out of Toronto, Canada, about 10 years ago, where they did a test on adolescent boys and found that they got higher grades in school simply by blocking artificial blue light. So I would certainly encourage you to try and educate your children on good eye health. And if they are going to stare into an iPad and watch cartoons or watch TV, definitely get them wearing a pair of blue light blocking glasses, so you can prevent long-term eye problems later.
Well, that's a great tip. Obviously, the more we can focus on prevention on the front end, the better off we are. And our kids have so much up against them. Doing something simple and easy like that can really give them an advantage going forward. So, James, thanks again for coming on with us. Love this interview and love the glasses, and I just really appreciate you and everything that you're doing, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, hopefully everybody has a wonderful Monday, and hopefully it's inspired you to take action. Get the blue light blocking glasses and the sleep mask, and I think you'll see a big difference. I mean, literally within a day or two, you'll see a big difference in your sleep quality. So try that out, and if you do that, definitely let us know what kind of results you got. So be blessed, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.